Duck season's over, and just wanted to upgrade my canoe a little bit, get a little better concealment when I'm in the duck blind. As you can see, it's kind of got a old, kind of glossed over, really kind of half-ass camo job that we did earlier. But you know, the inside's all bright silver. We got a lot of aluminum there, and what I'm going to do is walk you through how to completely camo out your duck boat, your duck blind, your John boat, however you want to do it. But what I'm going to do is end up bed linering the interior of it, and then the exterior I'm going to show you how to do a pretty nice camo coat. What I'm using here is a Rust-Oleum truck bed coating, truck bed liner. It's really a spray bottle or spray paint that you can apply to the interior of your boat, and you can pick it up at any local hardware store. I got several cans of it for under $8 a bottle over at Home Depot. So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you spray out any old cobwebs, any dirt, any grime, degrease it. What I did is basically hosed it all out, scrubbed it down, got all the grease and dirt and grime out of it, so you're dealing with a clean surface, and then that way the truck bed liner can adhere to it, and it's allowed it to dry out. So really I'm just going to go ahead and get started and spray on. What you want to do with this truck bed coating is spray on multiple layers so it dries pretty quickly. So you want to apply the coats within one coat and then allow 1 to 2 minutes to dry, and then spray your second coat on as you're going. So basically I'm going to overlap layers starting from this side of the canoe all the way down to the back, and as we move forward, you know, I'll show you the progression. Alright, so I just got finished taking the painter's tape off, and the cardboard, just touched up the edges around the seats, so we get a nice clean coat on the bottom. I also noticed on the side of this particular canoe there was a couple decals on the sides, so before I want to flip it over and start painting the bottom, just took a belt sander to it and sanded off any of the adhesive, so I got a nice clean surface to go ahead and start on the bottom. I'm going to let this dry probably overnight before I flip it over and start painting the bottom. Like I said, it's going to take a few days to finish the project. Alright, so now we got the canoe tipped over. Just going to go ahead and do the base coat, and what I like to do is take this Rust-Oleum Camouflage paint. It's got the deep forest green, and again I got all the supplies at Home Depot, but I really like this for the base coat. Kind of gives it that John boat look, and then you'll see once the layering goes on, it really gives it that pop. Alright, we just finished the base coat. It's got that deep forest green on there, and turned out pretty good. Just gonna wait for this to dry overnight, and then we'll work on it again tomorrow. Alright, now that we got the boat all done with the base coat, I'm going to use my MYLAR stencil here. It's a bark pattern. I like using the Rust-Oleum black camo finish. It gives it kind of some shading of that bark. So I'm going to do the whole canoe in that bark pattern for the first layer, and then I got 2 more stencils that are going to go over the next few days. So I'm just going to show you how to do the first couple layers here. Basically all you're going to do is put the stencil up against the boat, and you got the spray can, and I'm just going to keep moving. I'm going to hold the pattern here, spray over the stencil, and then you got your bark pattern. And you just can keep moving it down the boat. And as we keep going down the whole boat, it's going to give that bark pattern. I'm going to let that dry a day, and I'll show you the finished product here in a bit. Alright, now that we've got the bark pattern done on the boat, we're going to use the next stencil. We've got some cattails and some grass. I'm going to end up using it kind of upside down here, because we want to go with the grain of the way grass will grow. So the cattails facing downwards, and when we flip the canoe over, it'll go good. I'm going to space them out kind of a little bit wider, just so we have another grass stencil to go behind it. We're going to go tan all the way down the boat, kind of similar to how we did the last pattern, and then I'm going to overlap it with the brown at the end. You got your one, kind of leave some space. Good. And we're just going to keep going down the boat until we get it all finished. Alright, now that I got this last coat of tan on here, I'm going to use the same kind of patterned stencils. I got some cattails here, and another stencil for grass, and I'm just going to kind of overlap them like we did the last coat, just to going back and forth, keeping with the grain kind of upside down here. This time we're going to be using the earth brown for that final coat before the final clear coat. One. Two. And then we'll go ahead and go down the whole boat and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, now that we got the whole camo coat done here, I just want to do one clear coat finish just to prevent any chips or dings or anything like that when you're out in the duck line. Just using some Rust-Oleum durable top coat here. I'm just going to do a couple back and forth strokes, do some layers, and show you how it's done. Alright, now that we got the whole boat with the clear coat, I'm going to go ahead and just touch up the railing with some of the bed liner.